All right, we about to get started. It's new. I ain't never had this many camera angles going at one time. I make it work one way or the other, brother. I don't know if they got sound out there. Hold on one sec, bro. Hold on, we ain't got no audio. There we go. Woo! They had no idea. I got in studio guests today. They had no idea that I was coming in like that. It's all right. I try to tell them. Oh my goodness. Thank y'all so much for joining me right here on the #1 rated business show. I'm your host today, Kevin C. Pride. We're a little discombobulated. It's hot outside. And we running like crazy trying to get everything set up and going. But thank y'all so much for joining us right here on the Real 1100 AM. We got a great show for you guys today. In studio with me, I have Dr. Latarsha Holden. Did I get it right?
You got it right.
Did I get it right? All right, I got it right. Now, also joining me today, I have Miss US Majesty 2020. I don't even know what to do with that one yet. We're gonna figure that one out. On the line, I got Miss Tori Williams joining me. She will be joining us right after a few announcements. And then also I have another special surprise guest. I guess it's gonna be a surprise if he can show up. I ain't gonna get in trouble today. But just real quick, let's get some announcements out of the way. We are still racing to read here in the Atlanta area. We have officially surpassed 5 million minutes read, and we are so excited about it. Our goal is 10 million minutes. So we need everybody to go to racetoread.org and sign up today to help Atlanta become the city that reads. It's a very simple process, and all you have to do is just every day track your minutes. No specialized reading or anything like that. We just want to encourage more and more people to read here in the Atlanta area. I'm just, whew. Hold on. I know y'all ride around and stuff. Y'all can't see me, but hold on. Let me calm down for a second. All right. I got the US Majesty. I just don't even know how to act. To all my men out there who like to stay looking good and like to stay on top of their game, I want you to go to see my personal barber over at Studio 1211 in Douglasville. He is located right there at 6405 Fairburn Road. You can call and schedule an appointment at 770-485-6772. Tell them that you heard it right here on the #1 business show, and you might get a free lineup or a free cut. You never know. I don't hold me to that free cut though, because he probably ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna be honest with you. He probably ain't gonna do all that. But it's all right. Also, real quick, we are coming to the end of the first quarter of the year. So how's it going? You still optimistic about it? Really? You still got the same goals you had in January? Well, we are committed to helping business owners thrive and grow their businesses. So this year, all year long, we are hosting mastermind sessions to help business owners just like yourself stay engaged and stay hitting those goals that you guys want to be hitting out there and keep hitting those revenue generating events. That's my new thing right now. I have a revenue generating event every day. I need to generate some now. You're gonna open up the collection plate. You can also get the #1 rated business show delivered directly to your inbox if you're watching on social media. If you look in the description of today's show, you will see the link. Just click the link, sign up, let us get your email address, and we will send the show to you weekly. So joining me to the program right now, she is a celebrity event planner. I'm kind of confused, so we're gonna have to get this one straight. I don't know if she's the celebrity or did she do the stuff for the celebrities. But joining me on the line, Miss Tori Williams, celebrity event planner. Tori, you there with me? I'm too amped up. How you doing today? I hope so. How you doing today? You Corona free? All right. Now, tell us about you are a celebrity event planner, and trust me, your publicist told me all about you. How you blowing up? You're doing it for everybody. Everybody in Atlanta can't hold you down. So tell us a little bit about your business and about the event planning space now. And then too, my second part of the question: are you the celebrity, or are you working with celebrities? Which one? Okay. Okay. Wow. All right, now you ain't gonna name drop. I mean, you supposed to start throwing them names. You know, I done work with Beyonce and Future and the Baby. Wow. Okay. Okay. You know we got to do it. You know we got to do it. Okay. Well, tell us this, because I know it's a lot of folks out there kind of wondering and just kind of want to know, how do you get in that celebrity space? Because there's a lot of folks doing events and this type of stuff, but how do you actually get into that celebrity space? Is it something that you kind of fell into, or is it one of those type things that okay, okay. What's on your social media page? Hold on, let me go check that out. What you got? What you working with? I said, what you working with? Wow. Tell all of them to go like I am KC Pride. Wow. Now, wow. All right. Well, tell me this: is it any different when you start talking about doing events for celebrities? Is that any different than just doing events for just regular, Joe Blow? I guess you would say. Let me not call nobody Joe Blow. Is it regular? Is it just like doing a event for someone that is not celebrity status? So is that safe to say? Can I say that one? Okay. That sounds like a whole bunch of us I already know. Okay, I guess. Well, now you also said you got a TV show coming out. Wow. Okay. Okay. For $35,000. That's a hell of a discount. Okay. Well, tell me this. What is actually included in a $1.5 million wedding? Just let me know. I've been married for about 17 years. It was like 10 grand back then for an expensive wedding. But 1.5 million?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like what y'all got a circus and tigers and bubbles and everybody coming? I got you. What? Oh my God. I see. Mm. Well, I tell you what, my wife at home mad at me today. I'm only sharing this with the number one rated audience. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna renew my vows, all right? And I'm gonna come to you, and I want the $1.5 million wedding for $35,000. How about that? All right. Well, if folks want to get one of these celebrity weddings or some of these celebrity events, how can people get in contact with you and find out more about your business and support you and add to that 93,000 followers that you got on Instagram? Oh, all right. Once again, I need you to tell your followers to go follow me. All right, because we need to share your folk. Well, thank you so much for joining us right here on the number one rated business show, and we'll be right back after this. Did the mic go dead? It's like the audio cocked out.
Picking up no audio from anything happening in the radio.
So what?
Picking up no audio from anything happening in the radio. I couldn't hear a thing she said.
All right, let me see what's going on. All right, hold on. Let's fix this real quick. And then
Has the guest arrived?
I don't know. You want to run out there real quick? You got 30 seconds.
All right.
Just run around the corner and see.
Okay, what does it look like?
If it's a dude out there, it's probably him.
Tall, dark skin.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Brent.
Brent?
Brent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Brent is here.
All right. If you want to come on in, you can have a seat.
Okay.
And then we just gonna have a great conversation.
Awesome.
I'm trying to get this.
Oh, hello.
Give me 1 second. I got some audio concerns.
Hey, how you doing?
combined experience. They are located in South Atlanta and are available for your healthcare needs.
Auto accident, wellness care, slip and fall. We take care of it all. Visit them at yourfinespine.com.
And we got back right here on the #1 rated business show. I am your host once again. I am KC Pride on Instagram. If you are on Tori Williams' page, go follow me. All right. We was acting a fool today. That's all right. I'm so glad to have in studio guests again because throughout this whole COVID thing, it's just been me and phone calls. So we're doing a lot better now. Oh, so Dr. Latarsha Holden. Let's turn the conversation to you. You are a motivational, inspirational speaker.
Yes.
And you have a very, very inspirational story that I think is definitely worth sharing with our listening audience here today. So if you don't mind, kind of introduce yourself and then give us a little bit of your background.
Well, hello, everyone. I am Dr. Latarsha Holden, born right here in Atlanta, Georgia.
All right.
Within the last 12 years, I went from being homeless in the streets of Atlanta with 6 children to running for city council in the 2017 election, from a GED to a doctorate degree in leadership studies. And now I am a 14-time published author. And I created my first comic book last year.
You said comic book?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I was also named Georgia and National Mother of the Year for 2020.
Wow. You said I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you wrote a comic book. Most people write regular books. Tell us a little bit about the comic book.
Well, when we went on lockdown last year in April, I want a creative way to encourage the people that God is still with us, even in our personal journey.
Okay.
So I created my first comic book, and it was pretty cool to see it come to life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell us what's in a little bit about the comic book. Is it like superhero based or is it?
Well, it's a Christian comic book.
Okay.
The characters are Black. I have one Latino to represent the Black and brown community.
Okay.
Even Jesus is Black on that with his dreads. So I brought to life Hope. So she was named Hope Girl, Faith Walker, Goodness and Mercy. They became actual people in the book to show us how God is working behind the scenes. So it's pretty cool.
Now, you said at one point in your life you were homeless?
Yeah, I was homeless at 35 years old for 4 years in the streets of Atlanta. So I was homeless 4 years with a GED, very little work history. So working my way up from rock bottom was the hardest thing I ever had to do.
Wow. Now, what were some of those type of things that led to that? And then how did you come out of that?
Well, after abusive marriage ended after 10 years, it just left me school, 2 kids in middle school and 2 kids in elementary. And I was spread thin. But one thing I did to keep my 6 children from the school to prison pipeline and the drugs and gangs, I came to them 12 years ago and I told them, I said, well, I don't have a lot to offer you guys materially. All I have to offer you guys to love you unconditionally, but I'm going to teach you all how to serve even at our lowest. And they complained and everything. And we don't have anything, Mom. How can we help? But by me showing them how to give back around Hurricane Katrina time, we did about 4 or 5 events in the community. They turned around. And now my oldest son, he said, Mom, I will serving. He went to the United States Marine Corps. He served 10.5 years. He medically retired. Now he's he's about to graduate in May with his degree in associate degree in accounting.
Wow.
I have a son that's a caretaker. I have a daughter that's an EMT, licensed pharmacy tech. She's in her 3rd year of college. Another daughter joined the United States Army 3 years ago. She graduated last year with her bachelor's. My 19-year-old daughter's a 4-time published author, youth speaker, and she just launched her first tabletop game for children. And my youngest son, Omega. Now, there's no more coming out of Omega. Omega's a senior in high school. He's 18. And Omega. So that's the last. But for me as a leader, I believe leadership start in-house before we try to go outside and save everybody else.
I mean, you obviously over there breeding success, I tell you. Now, what are some of those secrets? I got 2 little girls at home. You know, I try to get the info for me. I don't know about everybody else. But you know, what are some of those things that you've instilled in your kids that make them have that type of passion and that type of drive to want to achieve these things and stick with it long enough to achieve it?
Well, and I just released my my parenting guide that'll be out April 1st.
Okay.
And so I shared some of the nuggets, but I actually just let my kids, I gave them the freedom to be who they want to be. I didn't have any expectations on who is I just tell them don't be no killers, murderers, and menace to society. And I would back you guys on whatever you want to do. But the main thing was, I think, how they took the torch from me and ran with it. I taught them the importance of servant leadership.
Okay.
And so I also got a chance to see my 9-year-old grandson become a published author right before Christmas. So now my
You said 9-year-old
grandson. Yeah.
Wow.
So now my children's children is taking the torch and running as well.
Wow. You talking about racing to read? You got 9-year-olds around here writing books.
Yeah.
Wow. I know some of y'all won't even write an article. All right. So, what are some of those tips in that parenting guide though? Because I need to know. I need to breed me some champions too.
Well, first, communication. Kids gonna try you if
Okay.
you don't set the boundaries. I'm old school. I'm 48, so
you're old school.
I'm old school. Back then, it was the look. Remember the look? We didn't have to do a lot of talking back then. So the thing is to really get a good understanding of parent-child boundaries when they're small.
Okay.
I think a lot of times people try to start that when they're teenagers. It's too late. They already, and you cannot be a parent that's say, do as I say, not as I do.
Okay.
You lose respect with your kids that way. You can't try to be their friend 1 minute and then try to come back and try to enforce discipline.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of, don't go too well.
No, that's true. I mean, don't get me wrong. The older I get, the more of a hypocrite I become. Don't get me wrong. And my mama knows she was one too, but I ain't gonna say that. Miss US Majesty. I know your name, but I'm gonna stick with the US Majesty. So, Miss US Majesty, in the house with us today. How you doing today?
I am absolutely wonderful, and thank you so much for having me.
You are so welcome. And once again, shout out to XOD. We are now streaming on the XOD platform right along with you, and the audience over there is great. They are very receptive. And I'm starting to get emails and everything about the show.
Right.
So we loving it.
Awesome.
Now tell me this,
Yes.
Miss Foxworth. What is a US Majesty? Because I was looking it up last night. I said, I got to know this. Hold on, let me.
So I am the US Majesty Woman 2020
Okay.
for the US Majesty Pageant, which is a scholarship pageant. And they have different categories. Of course, I was in the over 40 category. And basically, you are known for your community service, for your oratory, for, your fun, fashion, and your evening gown, and casual events. So you compete in all of those, with fellow pageant girls.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Now, is this something that you aspired to get into, or is it something that they called you?
Let me tell you what is so funny. No, I didn't aspire to anything. I'm over 40. I was like, I'm not refined enough to be a pageant queen.
Okay.
But when I did judging, I got blessed to judge a couple of pageants, and I was so excited about it just to see these young girls who are already driven and know what they want. And it was something that was just really amazing to me, because growing up, I didn't have that. I didn't have, my mother was a single mom, so she didn't have a lot of money to do a lot of extra. And so to see girls just, knowing who they are at 9 years old, it impressed me. Well, a pageant director said, I think you would be awesome for the pageant. I really thought something was wrong with the lady. I'm looking like, are you kidding me? I am not pageant material, because I had never been in a pageant. I'm a plus size woman. I'm short. I'm black, and so I just had checked all the boxes that said no. So for a couple of months, she pursued me. And finally, the biggest thing that she said is that there is going to be a young lady that looks like you that will know that there's a possibility of being a queen.
Wow.
And I mean, how can you say no after that? And really, a lot of it was fear. I just didn't think I was ready to, move in that area, because it requires so much vulnerability. But I took a chance, and I did it, and I won my national crown. And I'm telling you, broke every barrier. I broke my personal glass ceiling. So it does feel amazing to be able to represent the young girls out there, to know that no matter what, you don't got to be in the category. Just roll how who you are, and that's all that matters.
That is so important. And the older I get, the more I'm starting to understand that is that, you know, being able to see someone that actually looks like you in these roles, in these positions, it just changes so much in you to give you that drive to feel like, oh, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yes.
Like Donald Trump being president, I know I can be president now.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Can't we all?
Dude, I'm gonna crush it. I can't wait to run. Well, to my mom expert today, how do you feel about that whole pageant world? Because some people have an opinion that it's really based on looks and this type of stuff, and it you know, kind of, it can hurt and damage kids. How do you feel about that?
Well, I like what Angela said. I think it shows that no matter, we're all beautiful in our own way, and unique, and that's what it's about. You know, society and magazines, they tell you what beauty standards are. But when you see someone that looks different, you know, it gives us the confidence to go out there and show the world who we are.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, how do you feel about it?
Well, to be honest with you, there are pros and cons, just like anything else.
Okay.
But I will say, for me personally, what I think that they get a bad rap is that there are some beauty pageants where you do have to be, you know, stacked. You got to have 9, you know, you have to have the legs and everything else. But then there are pageants who are really based on service. And really, to be honest with you, and I can actually attest to this as I've seen it in this industry. No matter how aesthetically beautiful you are, if you do not have confidence, and if you do not believe in yourself, and if you do not have a beautiful heart, you're not going to be that attractive anyway, not to the right person. So at the end of the day, just knowing who you are is what is attractive. Own what God created you to be. And that's what these pageants teach. For the most part, it is being confident in who you are and knowing, you know, that you can operate in any arena. And that's what is so positive.
All right, then. Maybe I need to get me a pass.
They roll. That's good business.
So you recently came to the XOD family.
Yes.
Tell me about the content that you're creating over there and your channel and your show.
All right. So I am a creator of the Angela Foxworth Show, and it is going to be on Experience on Demand television. But I'm also blessed to be the customer success manager at Experience. So my role literally is to let every creator know when they come on board that I'm a one-stop shop. If you got any kind of issues, if you need help with anything, Angela Foxworth is here for you. But my show is about inspiration, motivation. It actually debuts March the 13th, which I'm very, very excited about. And we're going to come out the gate rolling. We're already going to be discussing the, you know, issues with police brutality. The first show and the second show is already about the coronavirus epidemic. So we're coming out the gate fighting, but I'm about literally empowerment. And I want everybody to enjoy it. My name is A Fox. That is my television name. So I always say life with A Fox is living outside the box. And I'm always interviewing with a purpose. So I just want everybody to tune in. And that is the beauty of Experience. We have such an eclectic group of people and creators that are so, you know, out of the box in their visions. And that, you know, that network will be able to showcase all of it. So check us out. Download that app, XOD Network. You know, I got to put them plugs in, Kevin.
I was going to throw the commercial in there. I was going to throw it in there a little bit later in the show. But that's all right. Oh, man. I can't wait to see it. Like you say, XOD has been a great network, and it's a great place for young content creators, too, because there's so much experience there. There's so many experienced content creators that just want to help. And help do a lot of folks. Well, I didn't know it was you sending me all them email.
Yes, it's me. Yes,
I'm gonna send y'all my channel artwork one day.
Look, send it. But I love that you said that, because it lets you know that you're not on an island by yourself. We're actually here to help every creator from every level, from the beginning to the end. So make sure you check us out, because I'm telling you, don't be up there talking about you knew us when. You better get on with XOD now.
Well, sitting down, joining me to the program, Mr. Brent Moorer Gaskins. Did I say that right?
That is correct. Yes, sir. Brent Moorer Gaskins.
Brent Moorer Gaskins. Well, tell me a little bit, because I'm looking at your bio, and you got a very, very extensive movie collection and history. You are a professional actor. You have been a part of, is that Captain America Civil War?
Correct.
Coming to America.
Correct.
Vengeance, Killer Lovers.
Yeah, that's on the Oxygen channel. That falls in the line with Fatal Attraction.
That's what I was gonna say. It
Murder
sounds like one of them
Down.
Lifetime movies.
Lifetime. Yeah. It's that's one of those. Yeah, Vengeance.
Wow. So, how long have you been in the acting world? Let's start there.
Okay, professionally since 2015, June 24th, 2015 to be exact. That's the date I set foot on the set of Captain America 3 Civil War.
Wow.
Yeah, I was casted by Tammy Smith casting. Shout out to her. She's a big time casting person out of Atlanta. And she called me and said, "You're in Charlotte." I said, "Yes, ma'am, I am. I have gas money."
Say, I get you.
And I didn't have no experience.
Wow.
To put as any type of resume. And she said, "Well, I'm gonna book you. I'm gonna give you a chance, but I need you to do the right thing." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Check your email." And from June 24th, 2015, on the set of Captain America 3 Civil War with Tammy Smith casting, that's when I professionally started acting.
Wow, that is amazing, man. Especially being such a blockbuster hit like that. I love the Marvel series.
Yeah.
Especially at the Black Panther, because it was just getting a little bit old. I was like, no, nobody hates.
Yeah, I'm still crying about that one, but it is what it is. I respect their decision, and Marvel has a lot to pull from because the stories have already been written.
Oh yeah.
Ever since I was a kid, that's what I grew up on, comic books.
Somebody else told me that a lot of those stories, they even come even further back, like way back from Egyptian culture and stuff. A lot of those type of hero stories and stuff, that's where they come from.
Yeah, if you pay attention to not history but her story, and the reason why I put her instead of his is because in my mind, there's no man that I've ever met or seen on television or anywhere else that can actually have a baby. So life couldn't have come, in my mind, from a man. And I could be wrong. That's just a point.
Okay.
But my positioning is we need to put our women where they're supposed to be. So according to her story, yes, there's a lot of history and culture and tradition and everything else that existed way before what we call the Bible or Christianity, or even before it was named Africa. So yeah, they're telling a vision.
Oh yeah.
Television. So if you pay attention, there's a lot of things in what we see on film and television that imitates life and vice versa.
Oh yeah, that is so true. Don't nobody in Egypt look like Gerard, but okay, all right. Don't nobody in Egypt over there look like they do. Now, were you in the Coming to America sequel or
The
just
sequel, the sequel, the one that just came out.
No, wow, okay. Because at first I got to be honest with you, I had mixed opinions before I watched it. I was like, I sure hope this ain't one of them things. They just trying to, take advantage of a good movie. But no, man, it was actually pretty good. Like after I watched it, and the more you really get into it, it's like as you get closer to the end, I was like, wow, this is a really good movie.
Yeah.
Now, what was it like? Because just looking at the cast and just even the supporting cast, and I mean, it's just start out. I'm talking about every black person around the Southeast region and everywhere else was in that one. So what was that like for you?
Well, it was amazing because the post that I put up on Facebook, I put up two pictures. One shows myself, the gentleman in the middle, I think his name is Daniel. I got to look him back up again. But Corey Gupton is the other the third gentleman. So Corey and I both had on the same printed plaid outfit with all of the jewelry and everything else.
Okay.
So when they shot the scene, if you saw the movie, the scene that had McDowell's restaurant.
Okay.
So if you slow down even the trailer or the movie, there's a scene where Eddie Murphy is to the left, Sherry Headley is to the right, and Corey Gupton faces right in the middle.
Okay.
So when they film movies, they shoot it from different angles. You just don't know what's going to make editing. So his angle with him dressed the same way I was got caught. Mine didn't. But like I tell a lot of people, to be able to stand on the right shoulder of Eddie Murphy, and me, I'm very aggressive in a very polite way.
Okay.
I leaned over his
So you
shoulder.
just
No, not jumping in the shot. I'm talking about I had a conversation with him.
Okay.
I leaned over his shoulder and said, "Thank you, King, for bringing this work to Atlanta.
Wow.
Us actors really appreciate it." And then he turned around and said, "You're welcome." And we talked a little bit. We both talked about both being from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
And then it was time to film. The director called to Eddie, and Eddie said, "One moment," finished our conversation, and then He
That's
went back.
powerful.
Yeah.
And the other thing I do want to say about that film, yes, there was a lot of people in it, a lot of people. He brought in a lot of talent for that. What I like about that is I'm big on inclusion and diversity.
Okay.
We have too many mental concepts and people running around thinking you're in competition with the next person.
Okay.
And really you're not. And Eddie Murphy has proved it. Martin Lawrence has proved it. They have gone back. When I saw the story about Martin Lawrence and I saw how many people got up on that stage and blessed that man because he blessed them first. He gave them a chance when nobody else would. That's what I'm doing with all of my platforms.
I mean that is just powerful, man. Just to have the imagery, to have, you know, just those relationships. I mean that's just really just awesome. Was the mansion or the castle?
Yeah, I know, right?
Was that down there in South Georgia? Was down in Africa for that one?
Oh, I don't know. Well, there's a lot of movies that are filmed that tells you one location, and it's really right here in Atlanta.
So that opening shot is somewhere else, and then once
they
acting,
right.
you're in Atlanta.
They said it was Rick Ross's house. Actually, the mansion was.
Really?
When we filmed Captain America 3: Civil War, the United Nations scene, which is the scene that I'm in, when the explosion happened and kills the Black Panther's father, we filmed that in Atlanta. But when you're looking at the movie, it says United Nations, Brussels, Belgium.
Yeah, I did see that. Okay.
So again, they have the ability to control the narrative and tell the vision the way they want you to see it. So there's a lot of locations that say one place, but it's filmed another.
Wow.
All the time, a lot of times, yeah.
Now, once again, another one of those star-studded movies. What is it like, you know, being in something like Captain America: Civil War? With, I mean, you got Tony Stark. I mean, not Tony Stark. You got
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. I didn't watch it so much. He Tony Stark.
Right.
You know, always be Tony Stark to me.
Right.
But I mean, so many just big name actors, just such massive talent, as well as all them heroes, legendary folks you got to live up to.
Yeah.
What is that like?
Captain America 3: Civil War, June 24th. I hit Fayetteville, Georgia. I go to where they told us to go for a costume and wardrobe. And as I'm going to wardrobe, Chris Evans is coming down the hallway in Captain America full uniform.
Wow.
And I'm like, he's like, yes. And we shook hands. He said, I got to run. I got to get to set. I understand. I said, I'm on my way. And he left. I go in the wardrobe, changing the wardrobe, hit the set. And we're in the place where we're filming the United Nations scene. And there's Chadwick Boseman at the very bottom. So if you remember the movie, he's looking out the window and he sees the security guard with the dog looking at a van, and then the dog gets agitated, and his sense, which hasn't been revealed, one of his senses, he picked up that something was wrong. So that's when he immediately turned around and ran and said, everybody get down, and jumped. An explosion happened that blew him back. So to see Chadwick Boseman, and I didn't get to meet him.
Okay.
I'm not going to make that up. But he was down on the bottom floor, and there's a bunch of us upstairs, and we were like, that's Chadwick Boseman. So he was downstairs doing what's called his katas, because they got the choreography for the fight scenes.
Okay.
So he was downstairs doing his katas. Now, I've taken karate, but I'm not a martial artist.
Okay.
So what he was doing, I was mimicking his movement, and he looked up and caught me. And I did like this, and he did like this, and everybody like, yo, Chadwick Boseman, he did the Wakanda thing to you. So now, Robert Downey Jr. actually on the set of Avengers Endgame walked up to me in the break of filming a scene and said, and he said these words. He said, "No, we're in Atlanta. No disrespect to nothing else, but you are a damn good looking drill sergeant in that uniform. Are you proud military?" And I started laughing immediately because, number one, he introduced himself.
Wow.
He said, why are you laughing? I said, everybody on the set knows who you are. So he said, who are you? I said, I'm Brent Moorer Gaskins. Introduced myself. We talked. And he said, are you prior military? I said, yes, sir, I am. I didn't do any fighting, but I was in the Army Reserves. And he said, you look real good. He said, and there were 4 drill sergeants on that set that we had picked. For him to walk up to me, to cross across the earth with his human legs, human/god-like acting legs, and come up to me and introduce himself. So when he walked off, of course, all of the background came over. Yo, Robert Downey Jr. just walked up to you. You didn't go to him. He came to you. And I was like, what did he say? I said, well, he introduced himself. I introduced myself, and he complimented me on my uniform. And I said, thank you. And told him it was a pleasure working with him on the set. And that was it. So I've had moments. God has given me moments with principal big time actors, Danny McBride, Reg Cathy from The Wire. He was one of my mentors on the set of the TV series Outcast. So I've been blessed. And that's why I go. A lot of people think, well, if they don't have the big role, they're not going. It's not about the role all the time. It's not even about the compensation. It's about the experience.
Wow.
And you're building a resume, because every set I go to, I learn something. And so I've done that for the last 6 years. And then the things that I've learned, I now apply as a film director, as an associate producer, as an executive producer, and as an actor. So it's all part of your whole story. You just can't limit yourself and say, oh, not enough money, I'm not going.
Wow.
So it's the experience.
Wow. It's a great show today. Y'all gonna hang around?
Yeah. We got food.
We gotta take a break real quick, but we'll be back with the handsome drill sergeant, US Majesty, and Mother of the Year in Georgia. We'll be right back.
Is your business online? Well, in today's world, if you're not online, then your business is not going to survive. Do you have a WordPress website? Well, if you do, I want to make sure that you go visit my good friends at Fast Fix WP and make sure that WordPress website stays running smooth. Trust me, there is nothing worse than having a big presentation or have a customer on your site and then your site goes down. So I want you to go visit fastfixwp.com and make sure your site stays running smooth and stays online every time you need it.
This pandemic has many people suffering. Are you stressed? Are you not sleeping well? Are you suffering from neck pain, back pain, or headaches? Chiropractic can help. Chiropractic is a natural healing art that can resolve many of your ailments. Dr. Williams and Dr. Fowler of Align for Life are board-certified doctors of chiropractic with over 15 years of combined experience. They are located in South Atlanta and are available for your healthcare needs.
If you want to be fine, take care of your spine. Visit them at yourfinespine.com.
And we are back with my star-studded group of co-hosts today. Thank y'all so much for joining me once again in studio. Like I said, it has been rough throughout COVID and all these phone calls. I don't like talking on the phone, period. But one last question, Brent. I just got to get it out. We talked about it a little bit during the break. So my daughter has the biggest crush on Spider-Man, Tom Holland. Okay,
Right.
I don't like him. All right. I used to like Spider-Man. I like Toby, and then the one that they tried to make him sexy. I was like, that ain't Spider-Man. Spider-Man geeky.
Yeah, right.
But no, tell me about Tom Holland. Just tell me about that, because I just
okay. And let me. I always like to dispel the truth. So I never personally met Tom Holland, but I'm a fan of Marvel. I'm a fan of the comic books because when I was the youngest of 9 in Brooklyn, New York, growing up, that was one of the tools used to babysit me because I love to read.
Okay.
So when you ask me when did I want to be an actor, ever since 5, but professionally since 2015. Okay. But back to. So I follow the characters, I follow the storyline because as an actor, I'm looking for an opportunity. I'm watching Marvel as they expand the storyline, and I'm a union actor. I'm SAG. I've got 6 years in. I've got speaking roles. I got, first AD credit, associate producer credit, executive producer credit. Wow, okay. So now I want a big speaking role, and that's what I'm going for. I mean, it's no secret. That's why I became union 6 months into the game. So, but Tom Holland, back to him for your daughters. Everything that I've read about him, his page that I follow on Instagram, Tom Holland is one of the people who they're not just acting because they happen to get selected for the role and it's good money and it's good screen time. He's one of the people that he sharpens his tools all the time.
Wow.
He has one of the most, to me, he has one of the most excellent deliveries. I remember the scene from Avengers Endgame when they was inside of the ship. And Dr. Strange introduced himself. He said, "I'm Dr. Strange."
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "I'm Peter Parker." He's like, "Oh, I'm Dr. Strange." He said, "Oh, we're using that." He said, "Oh, then I'm Spider-Man." His delivery, his innocence, but also too, he has. If you watch his character, his heart is like real pure.
Okay.
That's why he cried, and both Tony Starks cried when he evaporated and went away.
I cried on that.
Because that was like a father-son relationship.
I'm over there like. Why y'all looking at me like that?
Yeah, that was like a father-son relationship, and he delivered that with Robert Downey Jr. So I respect him. Again, Marvel, if you're listening, DC, I did do DC. I did Black Lightning. Marvel, DC. This is Brent Gaskins, aka Brent Moorer Gaskins. I am a union actor, and I am SAG paid up through April 30th, 2001. I do know how to stand and deliver, so I'm looking for a recurring speaking role or a major role in the feature film. Thank you very much.
You gotta be intentional about it.
You have to be. You have to be, and you can't be afraid to ask
That's
either.
right.
That's what I learned through homelessness, asking.
Now, one last thing I really want to ask you guys, because we are approaching closely to the end of the show, and it has been a wonderful show here today. It seemed like all three of y'all are working in purpose in your life. And I'll start with you, Dr. Holden. How did you find that purpose, and how did you know when you found it? You got 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, I think my story just unfolded. You know, when you're in a homeless, you don't really see the end sight. I think the more I just kept trusting God, you know, my thing is chase purpose and not perfection.
Okay.
If I waited for the right time, I probably would have never did anything. When I rolled in college, we were living in a board-up house as squatters.
Wow.
So I just kept chasing purpose, and I just knew I had 12 eyes watching me. And so I just had to keep going for them.
Now, what does that feel like? Somebody gave me some advice and said, whatever you would do for free is really that purpose in life. This is what you should be doing. What does that feel like? Like, do you know it once you walking in it, or is it one of those type of things is always questionable?
I think when you're being true to yourself, you'll know. You know, no one can beat you when you've been authentically you.
Okay.
There's no competition when you've been authentically you.
Wow. Miss US Majesty.
I absolutely agree with that. I think that it is innate in you. So when you, and I know for me personally, especially when you go through trying times, I feel like that is when you learn the most about who you are. Wow. Because when you hit rock bottom, like you said, there's no way to look but up. And at that point, you have to ask, why am I still here? Why do I still evolve? And I think when you continuously ask yourself those questions, God will provide the answer for you. I always say, you ask the universe, they'll answer you. And so just, continuing to know that if you seek righteousness, and I really do believe this, when you seek the good things are added unto you. You don't have to play a lot of games because that's who you are.
Wow. Brent?
Purpose defined, the thing that you can do the easiest because that's what God has naturally equipped you to do. And the reason why purpose has to be absence of the pursuit of money is because for the love of money is the root of all evil. Okay. So purpose is, again, as you started out, that thing that you would do for free. Yes. It's the thing that you, translation from free, my word is the thing that you love to do.
Okay.
So when you love to do something, money has no value in it. But if you love money, then that's what you're going to chase, but you'll chase it through what you're doing. So there's a lot of people who are successful in the wrong thing.
Wow.
You're making great money, but your body is suffering, your spirit is suffering because you're not doing what God has called you to do. So when I became homeless 3.5 years ago, that rock bottom that you're talking about, that is the thing that, to me, it develops your faith. Because if I can't call you every time I need you and get the money to do everything I need to do it every 30 days, then if I can call you and do that, then why should I talk to God about it? Because you're meeting that need. So sometimes in your purpose, God will purposely allow you to go through that, what you call that dark place, but it's not a dark place. It's a place of meditation where you close your eyes to the world and open up your spirit to the things that are of God or spiritual, for whatever you call your higher being. So purpose, that to me, that's what your purpose is. And when you're walking in it and moving in it, it's like GPS, God's positioning system.
That's right.
So sometimes we're on our own path. God allows us to crash. Yes. And then he says, okay, you crashed here. Now let me show you the path you should have been on and the road you should have taken and the turn you should have taken in order to get to where you're going. And when you're in that, some people may call it arrogance, but it's a confidence because it comes from the supreme power. You allow that to come out.
Wow.
You don't ever dim your light for anybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
Amen.
Now, is it one of those type things? Is it like the big light bulb? Is it bing? And it's, oh, this is it? Or is it just kind of gradually you fall into it?
When I was 5 years old and was watching TV and reading comic books, I wanted to be an actor. at the age of 5 in Brooklyn, New York, the youngest of 9.
Wow.
At the age of 48, when I got laid off from a pharmaceutical company in Charlotte, the HR lady, when they was giving us our severance packages, she said, Brent, what are you going to go do now? I said, I'm going to go do what I want to do ever since I was 5, and that's act. She said, if anybody else had told me that in this company, I would have laughed at them. She said, but I believe you.
Wow.
And here we are right now having this conversation 6 years later.
I agree with that. I know that I was in corporate America, and I left my corporate job to pursue my dream January 11th, 2019. And that was literally the change for me because I always felt like something was missing. So I think that you operate in the things that you feel like you need to be doing to make money and to, sustain your lifestyle. But that purpose, that heartfelt, that you know this is not for you.
Okay.
I think that always stays with you. And then when you go to different directions, some kind of way, it's like, God brings you into it when you step out on faith and you really trust that this is what you need to be doing. And I know for me, after a certain age, to be honest with you, if you don't have it and you don't know it early in life, ultimately you're going to find it because at a certain age, we'd be like, hell, we don't have nothing to lose at this point. Look, I'm not getting any younger, so I better try this thing. And I really think that's what, that's that aha moment for a lot of people.
No, I definitely know how you feel about that because it's like, I'm one of them type of people. It's like, I had a whole bunch of friends in school and all this type of stuff, and every last one of them, they knew what they wanted to do and this type of stuff, and they doing it. And it's like Kevin been just all over. They're doing good with entrepreneurship, but so it's just not really knowing what that real thing is. Dr. Holden?
Well, I think for me, everything I've done is to show love and compassion to others. Running for city council, I did it so I can go back and fight for the homeless community. Writing my books, I did it so I can show love and compassion through my writings. Being an inspirational speaker. So for me, my gifts is love and compassion for others. I just found ways that I can show love and compassion. I think a lot of times people don't follow their passion because they feel like it's not celebrity status.
Okay.
They're not the ballers. They're not the singers. But what if you're a darn good baker or something? We just overlook that if we feel it's not the big thing,
Wow. If somebody wants to get in contact with you, support the book, or if they want to book you for speaking or anything like that, how can somebody find you and get connected with you?
Yes, if you want to book me for come and empower your audience or to facilitate a workshop or empowerment coaching, please reach me at www.drlatarshaholden.info, or I'm on social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook are my main 3 social media, or you can email me, latarshaholden@yahoo.com. All of my books are available on my website.
All right. Miss US Majesty.
Yes.
2020.
Yes, I can be reached at www.theafoxshow.com. Also on social media, on Instagram, I'm at afoxradio and The Real A Fox. On Facebook, I'm Angela Collins Foxworth, and that's just because when I was in high school, I was Collins. And and please, if you want to reach out to me on Experience, always go to our website, experience.tv. That's XPERIENC.tv, or support@experience.tv, and we are there for you.
All right, Mr. Brent.
All right. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, almost everywhere under Brent Gaskins, or either you'll see my professional name, Brent Moorer Gaskins. On the XOD network, I have a TV channel. It's called Amethyst on Fire TV. This is my success coach. That's why I was
all right
on the pump up when she talked about what she did for the channel.
Yes.
So shout out to Dominic Mitchell, Ken Hutchins, and the rest of the team. I don't know everybody, Jasmine Baskin, all of the XOD team, because we have created something where we can allow people to maintain their independence and get monetized and grow their audience and stuff. So that's where you find me, Brent Moorer Gaskins @gmail.com. And that's it. I'm somewhere everywhere.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, y'all can find me at I am KC Pride on Instagram. Everybody on Tori Williams page, go like me. On 9,000, y'all. But for real, we'll be back next week right here on the #1 rated business show on Real 1100 AM and iHeartRadio. Thank you so much to the #1 rated audience for joining us today. It has been a blast. We have had a great one. Y'all got to come back. We got to do this one. Just all 3 of us, we got to do it again.
All right. Sounds wonderful.
All right. We're going to do a remix. We're going to do it one more time. And we'll see y'all next week. We are out.
You're listening to WWWE Real 1100 AM, and we want you to practice good hygiene by simply washing your hands. So enjoy 20 seconds of Blinding Lights by The Weeknd as you practice safe habits.
I'm running out of time.